Hi, today on Nat Chats, I want to look at why your property might not be selling. Now, I was a bit shocked this week when I received the REWA update to see that the average days on market for property in Perth had blown out to 80. Now, in my 8 years of real estate, I can't recall a time where the average days on market for a property in Perth was as high as 80. So it's certainly telling us that current market conditions are really tough. Now, averages are averages. You do need to be mindful that there are still properties selling very quickly with multiple offers, and there are also properties on the market that are taking a lot longer than the 80 days to sell. But 80 days is certainly concerning. If you're on the market and selling, it means that you're probably looking at more home opens and getting prepared for those every week, which is really frustrating. And of course, if you're staging your property to sell, you've got the additional costs associated with that also. Now, the reasons why your property isn't selling are multiple, and to determine why, you've really got to go through a 4-stage process of elimination to work out what might be the cause and what might be the change that you need to implement as a result. So the first question you've got to ask yourself is about presentation. Is the property well presented? Is it clean? Is it tidy? Is it popping online? And have all the maintenance items been attended to? That's particularly important in this market where buyers are looking to purchase something that's absolutely move-in ready. The second, of course, is promotion. Is your property still on a premium position on the online portals, particularly on realestate.com, as much as we don't like to blow their trumpet? It's really important that if your property has slipped down the ranks and is now on the lower pages of the major online portals, that you look to pay to re-upgrade those so that buyers are continuing to see your property. And if you want to know what the implications are to the hits and eyeballs on your home, your real estate agent is able to provide you with a report that demonstrates that. The third is about the process and the work that the agent's doing in terms of following up with buyers. What has the buyer feedback been? Is it that there is something that needs to change with the property? Can you see from the online hit reports that there are people that are watching the property online and not coming to the home opens? What have you received any verbal offers, and where have they been? It's important to know that that follow-up process is being followed and that you're getting the feedback as a result of that. And of course, the fourth and final aspect always comes down to price, and that's, I understand, the really hard and emotional one. Particularly if your property is now priced at a point that is less than what you hoped, less than what you were promised, or less than what you absolutely purchased the property for. So this can be a tricky discussion, but one that is absolutely necessary to have with your agent. Remember that overall, this is a market that still strongly favours buyers. And if buyers aren't seeing value in the property, or they're not under pressure to buy, which the majority of them aren't, they won't buy. They'll simply wait, or they'll buy something else where they perceive they're being offered better value. Now, you've got two options when it comes to price. You can dig your heels in where you are, or you can adjust to meet the market. Now, digging your heels in where you are might be an appropriate strategy. You and your agent might believe that you're appropriately priced. And the way to check that is to look at what else has sold recently in the area and what else is on the market. There's no point digging your heels in if there is other property on the market that buyers are looking at that's going to be better value. All you're going to be doing is helping those other sellers to sell. But if you do believe that the property is appropriately priced compared to very recent sales and compared to what else is on the market, you're still getting buyer interest at home opens, sometimes that can be an appropriate strategy. So you need to have that patience and dig in. More often than not, though, the question is about adjusting price to meet the market. And if you've had verbal offers and feedback at a lower price point than where you're at, that's probably your answer. Now, I understand that can be painful, particularly if you perceive you're making a loss. But if you need to sell or want to sell the property and want to be able to move on with your life, sometimes that is your only choice. So that's about sitting down and talking with your agent about where's the price point that you believe you're going to be attracting offers at. It's very tempting to get engaged in the discount game of death by 1,000 price cuts. And that's the process that you really want to try and avoid if at all possible. And if you're not prepared to dig your heels in, or it's not appropriate to dig your heels in at the current price, and you're not prepared to adjust to meet the market, the question is, what's your plan B? What are you going to do if that property doesn't sell? Because you don't want to be on the market for an ever and a day and spoil the property and have it go stale. So you need to have a plan B. And for that, you need to talk about with your agent, what are the pros and cons of selling, and also talk to your accountant. What is she or he suggesting in terms of maybe the option to rent the property? You know, should you just simply hang on and stay where you are for the foreseeable future? Now, if you're looking to upgrade in the current market, I wouldn't be suggesting that strategy. And if you've got a relatively new home, remember that if you're waiting for a few years to sell, you're not going to be selling the same home that you've got now. Depreciation is going to kick in as well, and they're all really going to hurt in a flat market. But it's absolutely worth exploring the plan B. Overall, whatever you do, remember, for things to change, something needs to change, and hope is not a strategy. As with anything real estate related, if you've got any questions or queries or looking for some advice on selling your home in the suburbs surrounding Beaufort Street and beyond, I'd love to help. My number is 0405 812 273 and my email natalie@belcourtproperty.com.au. Have a great day.